Hi guys, I'm here at the O2 Institute in Birmingham with Mr. Mo Pitney. Mo, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are
Oh,
you?
good, thanks. Always good to see you.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
So, talk to us about C2C over the weekend because you must have had a pretty amazing experience.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was me and my brother and sister that have come over on this trip. We played 5 shows, and I think 2 the first day. The second day we played like a little Bluebird stage, so they kind of recreated the songwriter night here in England, which was cool. And then the last day we played 2. We played the BBC radio stage, and then a little tiny room I played with just me and my guitar. I think it's called the Nylon stage. Yeah, that was really cool too. Felt more singer-songwriter too as well. But every stage, I mean, whether it was bigger or smaller, the audience was the same. They just are there. They've already been won over. You don't have to walk out there and try to do some gimmick. They're already listening, which makes it really easy on an artist and inspiring. So,
tell us about the little Bluebird session you did, because how does that compare to the real thing? Because you've played at the real thing quite a few times, haven't you? So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a really great opportunity to tell the stories about the songs and playing with more than one artist. You could do that by yourself. But there's something about the kind of interaction between 3 songwriters that it gives some comedy and some things like that just naturally start to happen when you flub up a show that you haven't rehearsed, you know. And then to hear their songs, which is inspiring, and then to be able to kind of think about which one of your songs is going to fit well after their song. You know, it keeps you on your toes, and it's pretty cool experience. For anyone who's not seen it before, I'd recommend it.
Did you manage to catch any of the other performances over the weekend while you were there?
Yeah, just in passing, a lot of artists I didn't know the names of. And then there was one, Christy O, who's on Curb with us, and her group played out front right by the entrance, on the entrance stage. We saw them, and then we went and saw Emmylou Harris, which was the one we were most intentional about seeing. Us being old country fans, and that's my sister's idol musically, and so that was a pretty special show.
I was blown away by the sheer quality of musicianship in Emmylou's show. It was just amazing, wasn't it? It was incredible.
Yeah. She's the first time I got to see her, I realized that she's really tapped into something that I would like to tap into as well, and that sometimes less is more. And the first time I saw her, it absolutely blew me away. There was a rock group that played before her, and she walked out before her band. They introduced her, and she's on this huge stage, and walked out before her band and just went up to the mic and said, "Hello, everyone. Do you remember country music?" And she just went making believe with her and her guitar, and started the show that way. And that was spoke the loudest of the entire day, and it had 0 volume involved. And so she is able to do that, and I think she did at the O2 as well, with some great tempo burning things, and showed off that band as well somewhat through the night.
And you've been on tour this week with Ashley Campbell and Ryan Kinder, so tell us about what it's been like to share the stage with those guys.
That's been great. They're both very, very talented and very kind, and so I hope to do more. It's been cool to see their show, and I think nobody steps on anyone's toes as far as kind of we all enjoy the same types of music, but we all have a little different take on it. And so I think it's been a good fit, because everybody's kind of holding their own space on the stage, and they're doing it really well. So.
And talk to us about the headline tour you did last year, because it was your first headline tour in the UK, and you never really know if you're going to get a great turnout the first time you come here, but loads of people came out to see you, and the reaction was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what they told the people to get them to come out. I don't know if there was free alcohol involved or not, but they showed up, and that blew me away, because, I mean, even the promoter said this is a test run. You never know until you get here. And I guess some people had seen what we do on YouTube, and they promoted it really well, which I'm thankful for. And it caused us to really want to come back every chance we get, because we were so welcomed.
And you're releasing a double A side, aren't you, here with Boy and a Girl Thing and Clean Up on R5. So tell us about that and what the thinking was behind that.
Yeah, we just wanted to be able to give kind of a little bit of direction for something to play on the radio, and that was kind of partially my label's idea, and I just kind of signed off on it because I love those two songs. And the first song is just a song I wrote with Will Nance that kind of shows the slower, softer countryside of what I do, and there's an upbeat side to Boy and a Girl Thing and a lightheartedness that we wanted to show as well. And Boy and a Girl Thing was my second single in the U.S., and Cleanup was never released in the U.S., but we always wanted it to have a shot as a single, and we figured that we might be able to start it here, and if it, resonates, then maybe let that spill over back home, so. And
you just released a few months ago, you released the video for Cleanup as well, didn't you? And you've had that in the bag for quite a while, haven't you? But tell us about that whole process.
Yeah, we recorded that in the Everywhere music video at the same time and released Everywhere first when the song came to radio, and then, had it in the bag for a while. There's a lot of things I wanted to fix in it, and I think a lot of it was just I was self-conscious about being the actor in the music video, which was weird. And then a lot of time went by, and the label just released it without letting me fix the things I wanted to fix, because I think they knew I was so concerned about it that I probably would never let it go out. And people have complimented it. They really do like it. I have a hard time watching it. Yeah. Just, I think I'm going to be more selective about what music videos that I would be the actor in. But I think it turned out and accomplished what it was supposed to accomplish, and that's just try to capture that moment of being mopped up on the floor in the grocery store when you meet someone that you loved that you had to part ways with, at one point.
That's very cool. And you just did a beautiful new track for us from the new album.
Yeah.
So tell us about how that new album's going and how far down the line you are with the next project.
We've got all the songs picked out, and we've got studio time booked, and we've done pre-production and kind of figuring out how the songs are going to go together and talked about musicians, and then literally right when I get back from this trip, we go into the studio. I'm probably going to record 20 songs and then pick out the best 12 that go together. Yeah. And maybe have a little jump start on even the next album too, hopefully, is the plan. But this song I played was a song called Little Boys and Their Daddies, which is just a song about how important that relationship is and how that shapes our entire life, trajectory of life, and speaking from experience a little bit, and then also wanting to just kind of interpret what I've seen in different dynamics, and I'm just thankful for that song. So you'll probably hear it on the next record.
Do you feel any kind of pressure or nervousness with the second record once you've put out your debut album and the fans love it and they've become so attached to it? Is there any kind of pressure with the next one?
Yeah, I think I was more nervous for the first one because I really didn't know what I was doing, and I still don't know what I'm doing, but I think I've learned a lot since then because I've recorded a lot of demos and stuff, and I feel more comfortable making music now, and I'm excited to get in the studio with someone that I'm thinking really like-minded with. His name's Jim Moose Brown. He's going to produce the next album, and I've never had the opportunity to record more than I was going to put on the album. And so it feels very free and a lot less nerve-wracking to not say, hey, you only have enough money to cut 12. The producer's allowing me to cut very cheap in his studio to give me the ability to cut 20 to 25 things. And that just makes the session feel really light and free, and it doesn't feel like such a high bar you have to reach. And then hopefully within all those pieces of music, we'll just find this little bit of a new twist on what I did on the first record. I hope I can find all the lyric things and the production things that I'm hearing in my head within those 25 songs, and I feel pretty confident about that, and have some faith that God will direct it the right way. So
when do you think we'll be able to hear the new material?
I hope to have my part of it done in the next 2 months, and then it'll be up to the label to see when they're geared up to get it out, or when they see fit for it to be out,
And you've just been invited to do a tribute to Darryl Singletary, haven't you?
Yeah.
So tell us about that, because that must be a huge honour for you.
Yeah, it freaked me out because I'm a huge fan, and when they called the first time, they had an original date that was while I was here. And it broke my heart because I really wanted to be there, but they said that there was 3 or 4 other artists that also had conflicts on that date, and that they might move it, and they did, and they moved it to a space of time when I'm at home. And most people don't know that he really impacted me when I was 15 years old. I heard the record, and I don't even know the name of the record that had the note on it. And I was singing high tenor at the time and playing banjo. And when I heard his voice, he caused me to wake up in the morning at 6 a.m. when I had a lower register in my voice and pick up my guitar and try to mimic the way he sang. And I don't know if I trained my voice to have more of that baritone thing, because that was when I was, my voice was changing. But he really pushed me. Between him and a bass singer that was in my grandparents' church, he said the same thing. He used to sing tenor, and he said I just started singing low, and I could get those low notes. But Darryl Singletary and that bass player were the two people that influenced me the most, and to strive to have that baritone sound.
That's been amazing. And so what's the plan for the rest of the year touring wise for you, apart from the album? You're going to be doing loads of stuff in the States and hopefully coming back here at some point?
Yeah, we've got, like you said, the album, hopefully some music videos, and then we got just really spotty shows through the U.S. We're going to Canada. Just realized we're going to Australia. I just found that yesterday. I think in September we're going. In New Zealand, which is going to be amazing. I think it's just going to be me, my wife, and my baby that go. And then I'm sure some more things, or I hope some more things come together. And my wife and I just bought a 3-acre piece of land in Ashland City. And all my time off, I'll be clearing and cultivating and trying to get that place to flourish, to maybe build a little barn home on it in the next coming years. And so that'll be what we're doing.
Cool. Well, Mo, we're looking forward to hearing the new material. Thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time, as always.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure to see you. And I'm sure we'll catch up very, very soon.
Yeah, I hope so.
Cheers, man.
Thank you.